one of their games at that point that I thought they were the best team in the league. It turned out to be true. I still think until someone shows me a better roster, top to bottom, than Philadelphia, I still think they're the team to beat, especially in the NFC. I know that's not necessarily a huge shocker pick. I just really, when you look top to bottom of the group that they have, they're young, they're experienced, they have great coaches on both sides of the ball. I think Howie Roseman is as good, if not the best front office guy in the league, with their ability to build volume picks, add a lot of young talent. They don't hit on everything, but they take so many swings. They don't have to bat 1,000. They add just the right veterans, just the right moves. I just think they have a really good understanding and a pulse of why they've been so good over the last couple of years. And I think there's some really interesting contenders there. I don't know if in the NFC there's someone off the top of my head that I say, okay, they start out in front of Philadelphia. And then in the AFC, I think the Chargers are close. I don't think they're there yet. I think Kansas City, it's still the three-headed race. Kansas City, Buffalo, and Baltimore. Cincinnati's got to figure out their defense, I think, a little bit and figure out how they're going to, support Burrow a little bit on the other side of the ball. So I think it's the usual suspects. And I know that's boring, and I know that's not real hot take, but I don't know how you pass those rosters and those quarterbacks out of complete nowhere. But the NFL is real. There's injuries, there's surprise. You never know how things play out. But right now, with all rosters intact, I'm just going to stick with the people that have proven year in and year out to be, at the end, they're there.
Yeah, I mean, in the NFC in particular, Greg, if this was smash cut to 1 year ago at this time, we're not going, watch out for Minnesota and Sam Darnold. And this kid, Jaden Daniels, is special. So special they're going to the NFC Championship game. Nobody was saying that. You know what I mean? Like, nobody was saying that. It just does appear that the AFC is what you say. There's the Bills, there's the Ravens, there's the Chiefs, and then there's that fourth seat that does appear to be occupied in the musical chairs by Houston last couple of years. And we'll just see, who winds up in the AFC Championship game. Like, that is the way that you kind of handicap it right now. Yeah,
and then I think teams that are coming there, right? Teams that are on the rise, you got Denver, you got the Chargers. If Cincinnati, not necessarily on the rise because everyone's familiar with Burrow and they've been to a Super Bowl, but that defense has obviously got to be figured out. Al Golden now taking over as the coordinator, and Hendrickson is holding out, so that it's their best player. So some questions there offensively. Cincinnati will always be good. So there is that next crop. Obviously, Houston and what they've done with CJ now going into year 3. Can they be more like his rookie year and less like last year? So every team has these questions, but it does seem like year in and year out that the conference has run through the same 2 or 3 teams for a couple years, and it's not by accident.
Yeah, and we'll see, again, just to bring it all full circle, what Rodgers looks like with the Steelers when you see him.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's probably one we got to add to that. That's a good point.
I got them at 12-5. I'm going with the over. I think their offense is going to be lethal, and sometimes, listen, their defense, they ain't like we're comparing their defense to the Cincinnati Bengals. True. The Eagles have a defense. Depth is a question mark. We get that with some of the losses, but I believe in Howie Roseman. I believe in who he brings in to supplement the losses or to offset the losses of guys that went out the door. So that's number 1. Number 2, Sirianni can coach. He's proven it. Number 3, the Eagles' Achilles heel is sometimes playing down to the competition. The tougher the competition, the more they tend to rise to the occasion, particularly with a Jalen Hurts and a Saquon Barkley. That's how I'm looking at the Philadelphia Eagles. I see them going 12-5 this year.
Go ahead. I actually see them 12-5. I don't think the Eagles are entering this season like we're the defending champs. I think as soon as they won, it was like, all right, we turn the page. I don't think Saquon is going to rush for 2,500 yards. But I think Jalen Hurts will actually have a much better season this passing attack. I think that is actually what they're going to lean on more this season.
Stephen, they hope in the season? Dallas Cowboys in Philly. Will you be attending? That's a Thursday, September 4th.
That's a week from. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. I mean, it's in Philly. So I may very, very, very well be there.
I think Jerry could get you a seat if you needed it.
Well, I don't know if I'll be sitting with Jerry in Philadelphia. I don't know how wise that is. I don't know how wise it is, but not only that, I have plenty of friends in Philadelphia. I don't need a suite with Jerry Jones in order to have
especially banner day in front of Jerry might be rough.
Private jet in, private jet out.
No, I drive, man. It's right here.
That is so big of you.
Right
Somebody would drive you.
No, I drive myself.
Oh, so you become.
Wow.
Oh, you do?
I always drive myself.
So you'd be coming from here. I was just wondering if you'd be coming from Miami or LA or.
No. It'll be from here.
Undisclosed location.
It'll be from here. I'll be in New York. That week. The debut. The debut of Stephen A. Smith.
Hey, sports fans. Welcome back to my channel, where we dive deep into the heart-pounding world of NFL action. I'm your host, My Channel, and today we're zeroing in on the NFC East, the division that's pure chaos, drama, and gridiron glory. From the reigning Super Bowl champs Philadelphia Eagles chasing history, to the Washington Commanders shaking off the noise, the New York Giants rebuilding at warp speed, and the Dallas Cowboys staring down a storm of questions. We've got predictions, surprises, and all the juicy details you crave. Buckle up, because this 2025 season is about to explode. But first, let's talk about the birds who refuse to let the crown slip, the Eagles' epic quest for back-to-back dominance. The Philadelphia Eagles aren't just defending a title, they're on a mission to etch their names in eternity. Fresh off their Super Bowl triumph, Jalen Hurts, the MVP magician, is leading the charge with weapons like 2,000-yard rusher Saquon Barkley and explosive receiver A.J. Brown. But hold up, don't you dare utter the word repeat around this squad. Coach Nick Sirianni's got them locked in on the daily grind, banishing the past and ignoring the future. Everything else is in the past, Sirianni thunders, emphasizing mental toughness over nostalgia, and why not? This roster is stacked, most key starters back in their primes, locked in long-term. Barkley? Oh man, he shattered records with 2,504 combined rushing yards in regular season and playoffs, eclipsing Terrell Davis. He racked up 2,005 the regular season alone, then sat out the finale to preserve for glory, earning a fat 2-year extension with $36 million guaranteed. Year 2, Barkley's hyped. It's all getting better naturally, he says, crediting the organization's routines. These Eagles could be contenders for years, folks, a dynasty in the making. But as they chase that elusive NFC East two-peat, last done by them in 2004, the pressure's on. Speaking of pressure, let's shift to the Commanders, who finally silenced the off-season circus and are ready to roar. Washington Commanders fans, exhale. The drama's dead and buried. After shocking the league with an NFC championship run last season, all eyes were on wideout Terry McLaurin's contract saga. From holdout to hold-in, ankle woes on the PUP list, it was a roller coaster. But boom, resolved post-preseason with a massive 3-year, $96 million extension for the 2-time Pro Bowler. Coach Dan Quinn kept it cool. It's part of the business, he shrugged, steering clear of the frenzy. Now, with AP NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year Jaden Daniels, already an elite QB phenom, slinging to McLaurin, this duo's unstoppable. Peters bolstered the squad with vets like left tackle Laramie Tunsil, edge rusher Von Miller, and playmaker Deebo Samuel. Daniels raves. You see why Von's a Hall of Famer up close. Defense has secondary questions, sure, but if points are needed, a content McLaurin delivers. This is a team ascending, folks. No more blips under owner Josh Harris's regime. But can they topple the Eagles? Hang tight, because next up, the Giants are flipping the script at QB with a bold new era that's got everyone buzzing. New York Giants, rise up. After a brutal 3-14 dumpster fire last season, they've ditched Daniel Jones and gone all in on a QB makeover that's pure fireworks. Enter Russell Wilson as the grizzled starter at 36, backed by Jameis Winston and first-round phenom Jackson Dart from Mississippi. Dart's turning heads in camp and preseason. He's done a tremendous job, Wilson praises, loving the kid's questions and work ethic. The offense hinges on Wilson, connecting with rookie sensation Malik Neighbors, who exploded with 109 catches, 1,204 yards, and 7 TDs last year. Defensively, they've turbocharged the pass rush, drafting Penn State linebacker Abdul Carter, 3rd overall, to join beasts like Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns, and Kayvon Thibodeau. New secondary faces. Corner Paulson Adebo and safety Jevon Holland add versatility. Corner Drew Phillips says it best. They came in like they knew it. We can experiment with a lot of new stuff. This ain't your grandpa's Giants. They're hungry, reloaded, and ready to shock the world. But questions linger across the division, especially in Dallas, where the Cowboys are teetering on the edge of disaster. Dallas Cowboys, America's team or America's headache. They haven't finished last in the NFC East in a decade, but without resolving Micah Parsons' contract drama, that's exactly where they're headed. The star edge rusher reported to camp but ghosted practices, demanding a trade and even moping on the sideline in preseason. Set for $24 million in his final year as the 2021 Defensive Rookie of the Year, Parsons craves security, and rightfully so. Even with Dak Prescott back healthy after his hamstring tear ended last season at 8 games, new coach Brian Schottenheimer faces a Herculean task. Prescott, the 2023 MVP runner-up with 36 TD passes, Feels young again at 32, especially with new weapon George Pickens joining CeeDee Lamb. But holes abound. Running back woes, O-line issues, and a thin secondary until Trevon Diggs returns from knee injury. Without Parsons, it's doom. With him, maybe spoilers. Wild, right? Now, let's wrap this with my bold predictions for the division finish. You won't believe who's on top. All right, here's the crystal ball. Eagles soar to first, locking in that rare repeat with their stacked roster. Commanders snag second, riding Daniels' star power. Giants climb to third, thanks to their QB youth movement. Cowboys, dead last, sunk by unresolved drama. This division's a powder keg, mark my words. But before we jet, one Eagles shocker from roster cuts that's got fans reeling. And finally, the stunner. While the Eagles' 53-man roster was mostly predictable, releasing fifth-rounder Aeneas Smith, total gut punch. This kid flashed as a potential long-term return man, snagging TDs in preseason and a 46-yard punt return highlight. After a quiet rookie year with just 7 catches for 41 yards over 96 snaps, he surged this summer, outshining others. Yet, boom. Waived. Roseman kept 8 of 10 draft picks, but Smith joins 6th-rounders Kyle McCord and Antoine Powell-Ryland on the outs. Vets like Eli Ricks and Patrick Johnson got squeezed too. Will Smith clear waivers for the practice squad? Or did Howie get too cute, risking a weapon for special teams? Fans are furious. This could haunt Philly. Thanks for tuning in, legends. Hit that like, subscribe, and drop your predictions below. Who's your NFC East champ? See you next time for more NFL Fire.